What is going on, guys? Boy, I'll tell you what, this AI game is moving quickly. Ryan here, and I'm not going to waste any time because we don't have time to waste. We're going to create awesome solutions all day long. That is the goal. How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I've wanted to do this since the first time I used an API call with OpenAI. I wanted this exact thing that it just didn't dawn on me was possible. It didn't dawn on me it could be that easy, but it is. I'll tell you one thing before we get started. Never underestimate what this AI stuff can really do. This is the truth. Don't think for a second, oh, I can't do that. Because every single time that I've done this, I'll tell you, I've been wrong. I've been proven wrong. It just does it. So what are we talking about? We're talking about intent detection. And so quickly, the history behind this rule-based chatbot game, as I turn this obnoxious music down a little bit, is basically we've always had to look for keywords, essentially, a keyword match, a key phrase match. If the user says, order your stuff, order your shoes, that word order may be the keyword, or those shoes may be a built-in keyword like our e-commerce to show that product because we're matching things. Google Dialogflow has been a game changer in this space because they don't worry so much about the keyword side of things. They can actually find the intent. So no matter how you say, I want to buy your shoes to the chatbot or on the phone system, Dialogflow, if you've given it the right training, this is the caveat, Dialogflow will understand, and no matter how they say it, and in many different languages, it'll know what they want, the exact product, and then be able to poof, here it is, or whatever you've predefined. So the biggest thing that OpenAI has changed in bot building is because I've been doing this full time since 2020. There are a lot of folks out there that are overnight experts, it appears, but they're lacking the actual experience of building these solutions and then deploying them in the business world. And I can assure you, especially those that are in machine learning and in more advanced AI, this stuff used to be hard. Okay, like we're talking about 6 months ago, the bots that we can make in less than 5 minutes are out of this freaking world. It's insane. And you can either feel sad about it as an OG bot builder, like, oh my God, I spent all these years learning this and that. And now someone with little experience can magically make something so advanced. It's not magic. Some people are just better at prompting than others. I know that sounds silly, but think of it this way, that those who are good at prompting are also likely good leaders, probably, or at least they're good at telling people what to do. Because if you can tell people what to do, instruct them, you can instruct a chatbot really well. But anyways, enough jabbering. Let's get right into it because I'm just blown away. I didn't think it was going to be this easy. I thought this was going to take another update, even aside from function calling that just came out from OpenAI before this would be possible. But guys, I've done it multiple times today. We're going to try to do this from scratch, but it's working. So let's pop open my screen here. This is our homepage. As always, shout out to our subscribers. We sure do appreciate you guys. We can hide that little message now. And let's go into we're going to get into a new account scenario. And I thought since there's a chance that a lot of you haven't seen the live video we did yesterday because it was so late, I would have a little bit of a redo match here. And so we'll start with a new account, but it won't be from total scratch. The idea is, and hopefully you guys can all hear me well. Hopefully I can see the chat going on here too. If you can, okay, so we got Keith, got Dennis in there. Cool. What's going on, guys? All right, so hopefully you can hear me okay. What we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to find a client, and we are going to base the probability that this client is going to become a paying client off of 3 questions to ask ourselves. Okay, number one, does the website already have a chatbot? Number two, do they already have automation being deployed on their social media channels? And then number three, are they also automating and incorporating AI on their phone call channels? Okay. And so we've got, it looks like, yep, she's still yeah. So this was the number one pick yesterday. And now the SavannahDentist.com looks like, for whatever reason, is ranking above this one that we looked at yesterday. Let's look at hers anyways. I'm going to minimize this screen just a little bit so I can make sure that I don't make the same mistake that I did last night. We want to make sure that you can see the chat bubble when it appears. And so we'll start off by looking at this website here, and there is no chat bubble. Okay. So we're going to solve that, and we're going to also do it very fast. What we'll do first, this is going to be the most valuable thing that you see all day, probably related to ChatGPT if you're in marketing, or you want to be in a AI automation agency, or you're a business owner looking for just the quick and easy way to like get this chatbot trained with your data. Okay, so in this case, all we're going to do is we're going to highlight from here, and we're just going to scroll down. So I've essentially highlighted every piece of text. Most of that's not going to be needed. And in fact, I can just actually not include maybe up to here. So I've got every bit of text available, ready to hit Command C to copy it. And I'm going to go to ChatGPT here, and I don't need to use 4. I love to use GPT-4, but in this case, we don't need it. We're just going to use 3.5 Turbo, and we're going to say, summarize this text and keep all important details so that we can use this as a knowledge base for a chatbot. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And I'll hit Control V, and boom, let's see what we got. How are y'all doing today? This is how you really use ChatGPT to get things done, baby. So here we go. Here we are. So now it's listing all of the business information that we're going to need for our chatbot. Okay, so it's now nice, concise, and it looks good. I'm going to second guess ChatGPT here. I'm going to say go through the info again and ensure you are keeping all of the important info and expand on what you've provided accurately. That's horrible spelling. All right, cool. So now it's going to hopefully give me a little bit more information here. All right, so good enough. Let's go ahead and grab this info. Well, first of all, let's grab the name of the business. So this is Smile Designs by Karen Cooper. I'm going to copy the name of her business because when I create my new web chat account, I'm going to give my chatbot a name, an account name essentially. So bam, it's now created. We've got a web chat ready to rock. Now, previously, you were forced to go to OpenAI and get your own API key and your own account and all that stuff. And this was tripping some people up. It was a barrier. We don't like barriers. So now we include the API key to GPT 3.5 Turbo right into your account. So when you click to integrations and you click on OpenAI here, you can see that you're already connected. Now, there's just something that you need to understand here that's very important. This blue check box here, if this is enabled, this means that this is the top ranked default reply, the only thing that matters. If the bot ever is in a position where it doesn't understand what the user is saying, this is the reply, or this is the source from where the reply will be sent to the user. And so when we click edit, you can see that we've got just a basic sentence here to get you started. Click more options and you can see the model that you have available. And you can see you got the Cadillac Escalade model, the 16K, and you've got temperature, which is essentially your creativeness, randomness, or how well does it follow instructions. The higher you go, all the way up to 0.9, the more creative, but less likely it's going to follow any instructions that you give it. So what we're going to do, delete that stuff right there and paste in our business name along with where's the rest of our data. Here it is. We're going to just boom, all of this. Copy. And boom. Okay, so there's all of our business information. And I'm going to say, you are the chatbot for this place. And then we'll use her business name again. I'm going to hit enter. Boom. So this is a perfectly, pretty much, a pretty much perfectly trained chatbot at this point, believe it or not. This thing is going to like give you all of the right information based on what she's got on her home page. So let's click continue, and let's go ahead and test that out. And so the way that we'll do that, we'll click channels. We'll go over to web chat, manage. We've got options here. For those of you that want to put this on your website, you can easily do that by clicking the generate code button here, or choose to get a link. A link is going to be a full page URL that you can embed in an iframe or in any container on your website. So here's the page name that we've already given it. The welcome message we provide by default, but obviously you can change everything that we give you. These are just templates to start you off. We're going to choose a welcome message, and we'll choose a brand color, something maybe along the lines of this gray here. And we don't want to hide the header. We're going to show it, so we don't need to do anything. Let's copy and let's hit paste. And so this is, again, your going to be your full page experience. It's going to take up your whole screen. Okay, so I tested this previously, so that's why I've got this extra little welcome here. Now, if I instead I want to do something just incredible, no problem. Check this out. First, let's go to our flows here and go to the welcome message and correct my little spacing issue by just clicking there and saying publish. What we want to do is let's test this out on their actual website. Where's their site? I'm going to grab their link here, copy. So this is their live website, and these are not our clients. We don't know them. This is just, they popped up on Google first yesterday when we did this. So what we can do to test this on their website is to go to tools and bot simulator at the bottom of your screen, paste in the URL, click more options, and you can choose that welcome message. So welcome, and the brand color, let's make it that gray again, get link. And so now instead of just a web chat experience that's going to look like this on your phone, instead we can paste this special link, and boom, now look, what do we got? We have the web chat right on their website. That's how you do it. This is the bot simulator. If you're trying to accomplish more demos, more emails opened, if you're sending out emails to get more business, this is the way to do it, is to say to the client, listen, we've got a fully made chatbot based on your data that we built for you. And it's awesome. And it can do all these things. Not only can it answer the questions, it can collect answers from you. It can collect the data from your customers, all the things. Let's click it and try it out. So boom. Here we see that this is carrying over because of the cookies on my browser. This is carrying over the conversation from the chat here. Boom, see, and the web chat here. So we try our best that even though there's no sign-in involved in this web chat, we try our best to track these users for you. But as you can see, this is where we've made the space adjustment. So we just get the one response. So this is correct. I want to say, who are you? Okay, so here we go. I'm the chatbot for, do y'all see how fast that is? This is live, guys. There's no tricks here. This is live. So it's a super fast response saying, hey, how can I help you? And I'm going to just say, where are you located? What is your phone number at the office? And do you take insurance? How about that? 3 questions. I can promise you before AI, I was not building chatbots that will be able to accommodate a perfect answer in this regard without wanting to charge a ton of money for this logic. or just saying no, I can't do that, or just not being nice. But this is a perfect answer. So we see that it's located here. There's the address. Here's the phone number. Regarding insurance, it says we do accept most major dental insurances. However, it's always best to contact our office directly. So in this case, we can easily fix this by adding a little bit of training. All right. So watch how this is going to work. This is going to be really cool, actually. So let's go ahead and close out this deal here. We're going to go back into where we've got our current default reply. This is the basic, the easy way to create a default reply here. That's just going to be a supercharged chatbot based off of your data here, what you provide. So what we do is we're going to say examples and let's say example conversations. Okay. And I'm going to say Q A. I'm going to say, where are you located? And I've got the address here. So I'm going to say, hi, and thanks for the interest. We are, let's see, located here. Okay, so we don't need the word address necessarily. All right, and then I'm going to say, do you need assistance with an appointment? Right? And so now this is where the training actually takes place, because this is an easy one for OpenAI, but it gets harder as the questions get more unique, or if someone is trying to trick you, especially, you've got to prepare for that. But in this case, what we want to do here is ask that insurance question again. We're going to turn down this obnoxious little restream music. And so the question was, do you take insurance? And let's just pretend that we don't. We're going to say, no, this office is cash only. Please bring hundreds. I mean, I'm from the South. That's how you say it, hundreds. There's no pronunciation there. So this is going to be a way that we've totally steered the AI in the way that we want it to go. And again, although you might want to crank up that creativity temperature, that's really more or less the not listen to my boss temperature. So like the higher again this goes, the less likely it is to follow your instructions. So we're going to just leave it at the default of 2. So click continue, and let's see how that is going to play out. So let's go back to channels and go to, let's just do this because I've not done this on any video yet. Let's show you how to, create that web chat scenario. So we've got the welcome message here. We're going to make the brand color. Let's just make it, let's just make it real bright orange this time, and hide the header. No, let's generate the code, copy. Let's go to flows and create a new flow called web chat landing page. So I showed you on the bot simulator before. Now I'm going to just show you a new way to show this bad boy. We're going to click landing page here. Let's click the play symbol here to make our starting indicator move where we want it to, and we can delete this message. We don't need it anymore. Let's click on the landing page block, click add content, choose add code, paste in your awesome code, and let's hit publish, get the link, and open this link into our browser. And as you can see, here is our chatbot. And so we get our welcome message, and I'm going to say, what services do you offer? Right. And so it's going to give us the services that were based off of the information on her website. Boom. All of the services. Right. So cool. Our goal is to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm going to say, do you accept state farm insurance? No affiliation is just the first one that came to my mind. Let's just see. Okay, so it's saying, as an AI language, I don't have access. However, it's best to describe. This is a case where you think, it didn't work. But let me show you a trick here. What is happening is the bot is reading back on the conversation that we've been having. And so what we need to do, this is a very, very common thing. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just not working. Here's what we need to do. In fact, we can do it. Let's do it this way. Let's hit publish. And we need to go to inbox. Here's where we are. We're going to hit send flow. And you see this clear conversation flow? We started including this in all the accounts. This doesn't clear any visible conversation, which is also essentially confusing for sure. If you're not aware of what this does, it's not going to clear your inbox, and it's not going to clear anything that you can visibly see. But we store memory for you, specifically related to how OpenAI is working. And so what this means is, regardless of context window, we're able to kind of see that whole conversation for you, and we are holding that out for about 20 minutes. So that way your bot, if you choose to let it view the history, it can have a very accurate interpretation of the conversation. And that's why our bots are just so special, because we are doing extra work on the back end to ensure that the conversation is super smooth by design. So when we clear the conversation, right, when we clear that, it's only clearing that OpenAI portion of the history. So let's clear it, and we're good to go. And we can now send another flow here, and we can send the welcome message again. And so there is the welcome message. And I want to say, who are you? All right. Now let's ask it, what were my last few questions that I asked you? It's going to say it doesn't know. It doesn't have the capability. Okay. So then I'm going to say, what did I just say? And then it's going to get the answer correct. You just asked what were the last few questions. So this proves a point, like it's remembering to a point, and then it's getting cleared. Now the memory has essentially restarted, right? That's what's happened here. So now I can say, do you accept, let's just make it super clear so I get my test across. Does your office accept insurance? Okay. And so now we should get the answer. No, we just take cash. Bam, son. I tell you what, doing things live, guys, is very stressful and very hard, especially when it comes to training AI. Okay. This is things like an unruly tiger. You understand? Like, you don't know what an unruly tiger or a lion is going to do. This is essentially what we're dealing with when it comes to AI. Those will be famous words one day. At least it's just text, right? Well, this is working across the board. This is internet. So this is tough dealing here, guys. To ensure that the AI is going to do what you want to do, there is some method to the madness. But I just showed you how easy it was by a simple copy and paste of the homepage and dropping it in to the website. So cool. Let's also say one more thing. I'm going to say, how do I become a customer of your office? Let's just see. This is, no training on my behalf, essentially, at this level of detail, although you can get super detailed. Boom. So look at that. That is so good. All right. So that is the basic default reply. And that's really, really cool. Now I'm going to show you guys, I got some activity in the chat. Cool. Welcome. I'll get with y'all and see what y'all got going on here. Now I'm going to show you guys what I really, really am just like blown away by. I'm going to go ahead and go here on this flows section here. And I can see this is the flow that I have made. Let's see. I'm going to copy this over to Smiles page. Copy, boom. So now y'all just learned a new trick. If you've got two accounts and you've got an awesome flow going on over here, and you don't want to necessarily make it a template that you want to give to yourself or other people, if it's your account, you can just drop that flow all the way to the flow. To your other account. So back to the Smile Designs Dentist account here. We are going to refresh and see we've got our new flow that we just pushed over. And this is what just blew me away. All right. So what is happening here is we are first checking, is there any saved information as far as the email and phone number goes. This just might even complicate it for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make this as simple as possible. We'll just delete this bad boy and delete this bad boy. The default reply that we just learned about was our deep integration with OpenAI. We have a specific section for you that if you just want to drop in your data, like I showed you from your website, boom, optimize it with the ChatGPT. You've got essentially a perfect FAQ bot. Maybe it takes more than your home page, by the way, but you get the idea. If you want to go the advanced route to have more options and more power and control, this is the way that you would want to do it. We're going to simplify it down to its most minimal piece. So what is happening is a customer is messaging your chatbot, your Facebook page, your Instagram account. They're calling your business maybe, and you've not prepared something ahead of time in a flow scenario, and instead you're leaving it more open-ended. And instead you're leaving all of your instructions to the AI to get right. And so in this case, let's build that together. This is our default reply to the user. And so what we want to do, click on our OpenAI action, and let's use the 16K model. All right. And what we're going to do is this is saying you're a helpful assistant, the ChatGPT builder. Your goal is blah, 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 blah. Convert potential customers. We're going to just make our own thing. This is going to be called you are Bobby the bot for Bobby's barbecue. How about that? Bobby the bot for Bobby's barbecue. Your goal is to provide answers to your customers who call in or use the chatbot for Bobby barbecue, Booby barbecue, Bobby barbecue. Okay. So your goal is to provide answers. Let's fix that spelling there to the customers. And then obviously this is a freestyle here. So we're just going to see what's going on. We're going to say your main, all caps, focus should be to get the customer to join the VIP club. All right. Join the VIP club. Ask them for their name, email, and phone number. Okay. That's our goal. So I'm not even going to drop a menu in there because we're not going to test that. We've done that a bunch. But unless not even your main goal and your main focus should be, we're going to just drop off that other stuff. And like, I really want this large language model to focus on what we're telling it to do. You like the way we say that? Tell that AI what to do. You're Bobby the bot for Bobby barbecue. That doesn't sound right. Let's just say okay, we just don't need this one. Your main focus should be to get the customer to join the VIP club. Ask them for their name, email, and phone number. This is important. Use a excited tone of voice, and entice the customer with future perks. All right. So this is my instruction or my business information. So here is saying respond. This is our actual prompt, our instruction. This is just our we're telling the bot to do this, but based on this information versus the entire internet versus everything ChatGPT knows. So everyone who's wanting to train their own models for these small businesses, this is not the right way of looking at it. Instead, you don't need to train your own model. You just need a to control your own slice of that model. And we're allowing you to do that in the easiest way by just including a business information text field here. So fill this in, and essentially the bot's only going to know what you've got going on here. And so now we are giving the actual instruction: respond in a friendly tone to the last message you received, which was, and we have a system field built in to every account. It says last text input. So whatever they said last, that's what we're responding to. All right. So next, we've got that instruction: if the user seems to be like a good lead, ask for the name, email, and phone number. If let's just say if the customer is in good spirits. Golly, my spelling's so bad today. If the customer is in good spirits, ask for name, email, and phone number so they can become a VIP at Bobby Barbecue. All right. So now, basically, this whole idea here, where we're trying to get 3 pieces of information from any customer, this would have to be very, very thought out. And we would have to make a new block each time we wanted to collect a new piece of information. So the email, phone number, name, blah, blah, blah. And instead, the goal here is going to be to try to capture everything all in one swoop. All right. So to do that, let's go ahead and remember that we need to save the output into a custom field. We're just going to leave it how this is, GPT output, and continue. So we've given all of our instructions right up front. Let's see. Which one did I click? All right. So this one. This is where we're starting. So we get the answer from OpenAI. Follow me. OpenAI is generating the answer based off of whatever the customer or the user just said. Then boom, they're generating an answer. That answer is being saved here in the custom field section, the GPT output, and then it's being displayed to the user. This is the biggest thing I'm seeing people make slight mistakes on. They're doing an amazing job with this step, but they're forgetting this step. So they're getting maybe the perfect answer from OpenAI, but they're not showing it to the user, and they're wondering, oh, where's my answer? Well, here's where that problem usually lies. So in this case, user says, hey, what's the deal? Bot responds based on your trained data as the dentist office or whatever, and boom, here's the answer displayed. So step 1, make the answer. Step 2, show it. Now, what we are doing here is the thing I never thought we could ever do, at least not in this case so early. What we're doing here, as you can see, the biggest difference is there's no gray little bar on these blocks. If you're a visual person like me, you don't know anything else, you should at least be able to spot that's the big difference. In this case, this is the only user-facing text. In these 3 blocks, we're actually just using the AI to perform logic, essentially. We're extracting information. So instead of creating a script and doing a bunch of things that are going to take you a long time to learn to do in Python, probably, and even if you're good in Python, this is still going to take you some time to incorporate across all the channels in the way that we do. Sorry, we've just done it the best way. This is just the fastest way to do it. We're going to extract the name, email, and phone number, and we're doing it with OpenAI actions. So to show you this, we don't have any business information here, and it just says extract the name. Let's make this say first and last name in 2 words. In a 2-word response. Let's see why I did that. In a 2-word response from this message to represent the full name. And here is the text to extract from. All right. So then we've got that system field, last text input. You can find all your system fields by just clicking on this icon right here. All right. But we don't need any more right now. That's all we need. We're going to remember the conversation. This will be important to leave on because we're going to refer back to this later. All right. So we're looking for the first and last name, and we're going to save this into a custom field called name. All right. And let's make an important note. Important your full output should only be these two words. All right, cool. So continue. Now let's go to the email block. It's going to be the same exact thing. Extract the email address in a single, we don't even need word, single response from this message, last text input. Okay. And it's going to give us the single response, be saved as AI email. Continue. And then finally, we're going to get the phone number. Okay. And so we're extracting the phone number from a single response to represent the phone number based on the last text input. So again, when we're saying it as AIPH for phone number. So all that's happening here is we're going to get hit with a welcome message. We're going to see a welcome message. Hey, how can I help you? I'm going to prompt the user to make this a little bit easier. You can boo me if you want. And I'm going to say up front, yo, try to become an email subscriber, right? And so they're going to tell me to become an email subscriber, and I'm going to have the AI extract the information from my previous message. This used to take a very long time to do in Dialogflow, each one of these steps. Instead, all we have to do, instead of taking quite a long time to train each entity and each thing you're trying to do in Dialogflow, you can literally just write the sentence. Here's what I want, extract this, save it here. There's one additional step in each of these blocks I didn't go over. So you've got your OpenAI portion, generate the text, right? Or not generate, but extract the key information. In this case, it would be the name, and it's getting saved in AI name. There's one additional step that's required. You're going to, I'll show you how to do this from the jump. Click Add Content, Actions, Set Custom Field. Click the action. And what we want to do here is we're going to go, this will be full name is what we're looking for. Set the value of full name to, and the value that we're going to set the full name to is going to be the AI name, right? So the full name, which had no value previously because we didn't ask for it yet. This is a new conversation, right? No name, no email, no phone number. They just said welcome. And then we said something, and then maybe we give our email and stuff right after that. What this is going to do is it's going to save the name that it extracts into a value AI or a custom field called AI name. And we're telling the next step here in the flow. All right, now that you've got that, the full name system field that's already built into your account, where that has nothing in it right now, same for email, same for phone number, set that to what we just got here in AI name and save. So that is the explanation behind each block. We're extracting, and then we're setting the system field to make sense and match. And so before we'd have to use Dialogflow, or this is when you would use that get user data function, and you would have to use the get user data for each one of these. Each one of these saved pieces of information would come from its own question, which is a thing that, is not the best thing in the world, although it works every single time. And when you ask for someone's email with get user data, I mean, we're going to get that email, or you don't pass go, don't collect $200. In this case, no matter how long the conversation goes, essentially we should be able to capture that information we're looking for. So now I'm going to test this out. Okay. So this is the default reply. They're going to get hit with the message that we've instructed. It's going to be connected here. And then let's give ourselves a way to know that it worked. And so let's say name, email, phone. And let's make sure we make this clear. This will be the last step here, and we'll jump off. Admin note. So this is an internal message. This is just us seeing how this is working. All right. Admin note, name, email, phone. All right. So I'm going to hit them with the custom field AI name, the email, AI email, and the phone number, you guessed it, AI phone. All right, so this is going to tell us if we extracted everything, it's going to return back just this information that we've called in these custom fields. So let's hit publish, let's hit back, settings, and channels here. Default reply, and we select our default reply with intent detection save. You need to make sure if you're doing this, you go back to your integrations and ensure that you've got this bad boy turned off. Because if you don't, and this blue button here is toggled on, that means this is going to trump anything else that you've got in your default reply in the previous page. This is like the most, like, this is like the emergency on button, not off button, but on. Now it's off, but you get the idea. This is the top priority. All right, so click save. We know that this is turned off. We go back here and we can see our default reply that we set in our flow builder is ready to rock. And so let's go back to our flows here. And we've got all that looks good. Let's choose actually our settings here in channels and go to our web chat. And we can have our welcome message here. And let's copy it and just open up a full screen version of this. Hopefully you can see everything. We're almost done here. So then it's saying, hi, welcome to Smiles by Design by Dr. Karen Cooper. How can we help? I'm going to set the bot up for success here. And I'm going to say, yeah, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to say Ryan Baggett, and I want to become a patient. My email is ryan@chatgptbuilder.io, and my phone number is 843-505-1657. I'm going to copy this just in case we have a failure. Now, if this does fail, it's not going to break my heart. But what we're hoping for is for the bot to receive this information, basically say thanks, and tell us how to become a patient. And then we're going to check the next message that we get sent as an admin. Imagine this is going to my phone separately from this window, but you guys wouldn't be able to see it. We need to understand that information get collected correctly. So let's test this out. Drum roll. Here we go. So boom. It's so crazy to not know exactly what the bot is going to say on a return response these days. Boom. Boom. So look at that. So now we can see the admin note got everything perfect. They got everything perfect. Hey, Ryan, thanks for choosing us. We're thrilled to have you as a patient. To get you started, we just need some details. So it says, confirm your full name, blah, 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 blah. This is an error in my prompt because I should have had a condition that said, if they give you the name, no need to ask for it, skip over the question. But what we did do is succeed in seeing that the bot did, in fact, keep that information. And so let's go back here, last thing to check. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is so, man, it's so gangster, dude. I've got to just, we'll try that one more time just to prove my point. But man, it's so good. This is so amazing, guys. This is the only time that we provided the information and we can see everything is perfect. It worked flawlessly. The email would send, the phone number would work. It understood my local time. This is so good. And here is the information that was extracted from OpenAI, that essentially a language model that doesn't know logic totally understood what to do here in the situation of extract this and output it in this specific way. It didn't go off track here. It didn't go quote off the rails. It didn't hallucinate. Part of that was the prompt was okay, but part of that is just this technology is just wild, man. And if you're good again at telling people what to do, you'll be an excellent prompt engineer. I can promise you that. And there's good money to be made in this space. I can assure you that I'm seeing people from Florida to Fiji just slay it right now. I can't wait to share one of the recent articles. One of the power users sent over earlier today. It's so cool. This is intent extraction, guys. The AI understood what we as a business wanted to do. Hey, if you get this information, extract it and then save it. That is so good. Let's go back here and understand how we can make this prompt better to get you started, blah, blah, blah. So let's see if we can't solve that real fast before we jump off here. Let's go to the flows, click back into the default reply, and we need to include some better prompting, Ryan. Come on, man. All right, so you're Bobby the bot, blah, blah, blah. Respond this, I'm going to say important. Do not ask for the contact info if they already provided it. Instead, ask how you can assist a Bobby's BBQ VIP today with a wink. And this is crazy because that you would think is going to confuse the AI. It just might. I just told this AI to wink at the customer just because I thought it would be funny. And I think it's just going to add some pizzazz and character. But we're mostly concerned about, is this going to solve that what seemed to be gone astray little blurb here to get started, give us some details when, bro, I just gave you the details, man. What do you mean? So I'm going to use that same response. But what I'm going to do is ensure that after I hit publish, I'm going to send the flow that we include, that you need to do this when you make a big change, or if you're not seeing a change that you believe you should be seeing, click this clear conversation flow, send that to yourself. That should pretty much solve it. But worst case here, I'm going to go ahead and just delete this contact. So delete, boom. Now let's just pop this guy open. And what we'll do is make this a little bit smaller. Hopefully you're able to see both of these windows well enough. So we've got the admin inbox here, and we'll make this a little bit more over here. We got the admin inbox here, and what I'm going to do is just hit refresh on my screen here, and we should see, boom, here is our guy right here. So we've got the contact, welcome. All right, so we can see there's no information. So I'm going to then Control V. This is the same exact question that I asked previously. And the goal here is, with my new addition to the prompt, do we see that this solved the conversation kind of going astray, asking for my contact details, even though I just provided them? So let's hit enter and let's see if this works. So the admin has gotten, what's crazy is by the time, bam, son, that is what I'm talking about. Now, we did see the email may not have been perfect. So I do see that. Now we see the name is perfect. All right. So check this out. All right. So this is where it's coming down to, guys. Like, we see that it is working, but this is where you've got to make sure that prompt is perfect. And so I'm going to show you one last trick that we'll try to make this, see if we can't just get this thing crystal clear. The answer is much better. It says, hey, Ryan, thanks for reaching out and showing interest in becoming a VIP. You've already shared your name, email, and phone number, so it already knows. Is there anything else you'd like to assist? So this was a much, much better answer. But we need the admin note to ensure that we're only using this. So the onlys are going to be important if you're saying to do something or not to do something. So I'm going to say, here is how the admin note should be. Boom. And I'm going to go back into my prompt. Let's try this one more time. And here is y'all are seeing stuff that's never been done before necessarily in real time. It's so cool to me, at least. Don't ask for the contact info if they have provided it. That's good. Instead, how can you assist? What do we want to do? We're going to say, let's do this. Let's copy this. Let's paste this, And this is like the secret sauce that I like to use all of the time. We're gonna open up a new chat here, and we're gonna use GPT-4 for this one. Do they give us browsing back? No, just plug in Flame. All right, so we're gonna say refine and refine this. You know what? Let's just make it hood. Make this prompt better by and ensure the goal is met, which is to have the end result extract only the correctly formatted data for name, email, and phone custom fields. I think ChatGPT will know what that means. And here are the details. And so we'll just paste in everything we've got. And hopefully we get a nice little liven up your roll. React accordingly. This is good. If the customer seems cheerful. So this is so much better than my prompt, man. You just got to own it. And just you got to own it. It's going to be better. I'm going to say try again, and you must make sure that you don't ask the user for their info if they already provided it. And make the name, email, and phone number in a format that makes this data easily extractable. The more like direct you can be, even if it doesn't make any technical sense, it's all okay. Just tell this crazy AI machine what to do, what you want it to do. Look, it even knew exactly how I wanted it. That is so nuts, man. All right, cool. All right, so let's try it. So let's go back in here, copy, and go back into the default reply. And let's go. Oops, let's make sure I'm going into the right one. This is the smiles thing. Is that where we are? Default reply. That might be part of the problem there. We need Bobby the barbecue bot. Let's I forgot where we put that there. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess that could be a confusing factor. If we're like totally combining our prompts, that's totally not good. And that might be exactly what's happening. Let's see if I had it anywhere else. Let's see. Maybe this is where we are. Where Bobby the barbecue bot. I think this is what we were looking at. I don't remember anymore. Default. Let's just check it before we jump out of here. Let's just try it one more time. All right, cool. So we've got the information there. Let's put this stuff right here. Boom. Okay, cool. So that's what we're looking for. Let's hit publish, and let's hit preview and continue. Let's see if we can get the correct answers returned. We're previewing this from the jump to see if we have any information that will populate from the previous conversation, which we may have cleared. So, okay, there it is. So perfect. We haven't got any information, so all that's good. So now I'm going to say, here's my information. Boom, boom, boom. So this is the default reply. So the same thing should work now. I get my wink there. That's so good. There it is. So now we see the default reply. So again, the secondary message, guys, remember, this is for your admin, your internal team. So the customer doesn't see this. Instead, they see this, since you've already shared it, you're already on the list. So then it didn't ask again. And then we see the information there. So let's just check to see if we do have the contact information correctly. placed here, and we can take that microphone and just put it in front of the camera and just drop it like it's hot. I don't do that, but you should celebrate because this is awesome. It's exactly what should happen. We see that now that my name is correct, my email is correct, and the phone number is correct in the system fields. This is how it's done. We can see this is our AI extraction that we use to then format and set the custom field of the system field. That's all I've got for you guys today. I think that's all you could probably take. This stuff is intense. It's fun. It's powerful. You guys are doing things that have just, quite honestly, haven't been done yet. All of you. And it's so cool to me because even though people like my dad, who's been in the chat here, they're very technically sound, and these guys like invented programming and stuff. I don't know all of the things, but I have fun with logic, and I have fun solving problems, and I have fun doing things at scale. And so between me and the tool and all of you guys and your creativity, it's truly incredible what we can all build, and the records that we are breaking and continue to break. I can't wait to see. Hopefully you read the blog. I can't wait to see the new the Detroit school incorporate our tech in their curriculum. That'll be so amazing because I think that'll take off like wildfire. Maybe I'm not so right about the AI just totally taking all the jobs like I think it will over the next, call it 10 years. I think we'll be in a very different landscape. Hopefully people watching this video will be the ones that are steering things in the right direction. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we will create jobs with this AI stuff and keep things going, especially getting it in the right places in the education system. I think that's the only way maybe that could work. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys are enjoying the tool. If you've got any questions, obviously, always send us a message through the web chat or send us an email, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let us know any feature requests that you guys have. We will try to bring them quickly. For those that are watching this video, you'll hear the information first from me. WhatsApp is finally coming. I'll have more news on that. But we had another breakthrough upon breakthrough today, guys. But WhatsApp is coming, so stay tuned for that in the next couple weeks. That thing will be done. And all of you guys that I've been telling, just hang on, it's coming. This will be a much easier, faster way for you guys to get connected and rolling and handle your WhatsApp conversations too. Thanks for watching and for your support. Have a great day and the rest of your week. Peace.